Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna of course see Bitcoin what is planning for today and what we might expect next. So basically we are looking at our channeling here, finished bull run of course as an impulse wave 1. We're looking for the ABC expanding flat here as a wave 2. We're looking for a 1-2 here and to continue of course toward the upside as a wave 3. Now, obviously, that of course we have finished as this impulse once we have of course left the acceleration channel and then came back to the base channel, unable to break it, and we dropped down, exiting the base channel. That is a confirmation that everything happened from here is simply the correction, starting of course from the stop for the impulse as an ABC expanding flat here, unfolding as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to hit the 1.61868K target for Bitcoin. Since this is a potential impulse, we can lay down, as you can see, our new channeling in red and green here, and we can see clearly that of course from the wave 1 and of course taken as a base reference for wave 2, we see the base channel in the red. The price exited, of course, has exited the base channel in the red color here to claim a wave 3. Now if this is a wave 3, that's great. What you would like to see after a wave 3 is that the price might come back to the base channel to the middle line normally, but then pushing lower again. Meaning you want to see, of course, the wave 5 entering the acceleration channel in green here to hit at least the middle line. And in this case, it did not happen. We saw the price exiting the base channel, which is, of course, a question mark here. What's going on, of course, and since it took a lot of time here, we start to question a potential double 1-2 wave 3. How much longer wave 4 can handle a wave 2, such a wave 2 as alternation? This is really very far possibility, but it's still, of course, at the end corrective. Why? Because we got, of course, a signal here when we were 1, 2, 3 here. We were, of course, all thinking that yes, we might be very impulsive until the invalidation of course has been taken. And of course always I follow this micro strategy to of course know what the macro is thinking and what it might do next. So basically, since we got of course the invalidation, meaning there is no 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 here, this is a finished 3 waves zigzag, meaning most possibility right now that we might have is of course a finished correction here. We drop down. Now how much we drop down, of course it depends on the micro level possibilities, right? Because there are still of course some bullish possibilities only for the micro level and then dropping down, or there are possibilities that we drop down directly, which one of them of course continuing the impulse toward the downside. We're gonna see those possibilities of course step by step, and of course we're gonna start by the possibilities on the daily ABC expanding flat, the most bearish impulsive scenario I would say here in a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, right? We're looking for the 1.618, taking of course the area between the 0.38 minimum requirement. By the way, we need this minimum requirement 73k here to push for a wave 2. So I'm looking in between here, and also especially that you have this very stronghold area here, I'm looking for Bitcoin to rebound from there. 67, 68k would be a perfect target, of course. Now this scenario as a 1, 2, 3, you still need to finish the wave 3 there, and then 4 and a 5. Now, this is the highest possibility, I would say, is back on the table. But we have also a different possibility here where you might have finished a W. Sorry, you might have finished a W, but you're looking for an X and a Y here. Meaning, very likely that we finished a zigzag. This wave C is an expanding diagonal there as an ABC, and because this is a very long sideways correction, it might be of course a wave X, and of course it can be a wave Y later on in a very aggressive zigzag toward the downside. But in that case, you cannot consider that this 3 waves is a part of an expanding flat. Right? Because the expanding flat has to be impulsive 5 waves, we cannot be 3 waves, therefore directly we shift here to be in the top as a wave 1, meaning you finished a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your wave 5 is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finished as an ending diagonal here. And then we start the deep correction as, of course, WX and Y. Minimum target is a 0.38, of course, and this will bring us even lower than the previous scenario, 56K, which is still in confluence with this area here, but it's a deeper. Yeah, it's a deeper correction. It might be, of course, much more aggressive. Yeah, by all means, you would like to see as well here in confluence as potential 1-to-1 fib level. You might see as well, let's say the WX and a Y, wave Y. So here we are. I'm looking for the 1-to-1 fib level, most common target. Now it can be, of course, less, like the 0.618, but I'm looking for the confluence. The confluence says, yeah, even can go for lower, so we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with the wave 1 here, but let me check again. Did I put it right here? Because it looks very low for me. Well, okay. I think yeah, around the 50K. Around the 50K can be in this area. So we gotta be careful with it. So in case this is the deepest correction that we might get so far right now. Now, of course, there is a different scenario, but for this scenario, we need a little bit higher prices. Now it comes for the bullish a little bit on the micro level. So what if we push here after this zigzag? It is a wave 1 for an ending diagonal, meaning you are still in an A, you're looking at a finished wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning ABC here. Now it can reach the 99K here, which is invalidation, totally invalidation for an impulse there. But basically, of course, this will open as well a potential of diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning zigzag wave 1, zigzag wave 2, finishing here as an ending diagonal, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna just improve a little bit here the shape of the diagonal. It's time. It took already a lot of time there. So basically, yeah, what if we are looking to such an ending diagonal, finishing with the same target, by the way. Nothing has changed. The bear market's still the same, 5 waves down, but rather than being impulsive, 1.618, you're gonna transform here to a diagonal, ending diagonal, and hitting the same target. Yeah, so very likely also to happen as well. So for this one, yeah, you might be bullish a little bit on the micro level, but dropping down later on. Now the final one, which is totally bullish, well, this one is ultimate bullish. I need the 99K, but you are expecting to be a 1-2 here and a wave 3 to unfold. Now already the signal was given within this zigzag. Wow. Unless it's going to transform to double 1-2 and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then big 4, 5. In this case, which is very low case right now, of course, you want to break the 99K and see continuation toward the upside. So until that time to become to this one, well, we might be finishing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that means you are still in a bull run, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, so this is the extreme bullish scenario here. New highs, of course, for Bitcoin. And of course, if we break the high here, continuation, okay, this is the most extreme bullish. We're talking here about double 1-2, wave 3, but that is too early to talk even about it. Let's move to the 2-hour chart and refresh, of course, our minds with, of course, the current price. So yesterday I mentioned as well, yeah, we will drop down for Bitcoin because, of course, we are here in 3 waves, invalidation given, and we look at a leading diagonal as a wave 1, wave 2 given again in the red area. So of course from yesterday we start to see the weakness, right? And we drop down, and then of course nothing has showed up power here. And despite that, we got such a move toward the upside, but it was to finish this a very, I would say, complex structure in a wave 2 here or a wave B, and then we're pushing toward the downside, at least in a wave C, meaning ABC. And that means, of course, that you might be here in a potential W, X, and a Y. And that means, of course, you still can be in an A, B, and a C over there. Okay, so this is a first possibility. The second possibility is simply you have finished ABC or WXNY, because this is only 3 waves, and we're pushing here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse toward the downside. Now this impulse has 2 possibilities. It can be ABC expanding flat, finished, because you are in a diagonal here, or you are of course in a 3 waves, WX and Y, and then ABC expanding flat, taking also the low, turning all of it into an expanding flat, wave C towards the upside again. But yeah, don't forget, it is corrective and we push towards the downside after it. But that will be the scenario of a potential WXNY toward the downside, or it's gonna be even the big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the diagonal. Now, yeah, so these are the bearish scenarios. Don't forget also, you might be in the most impulsive wave, 1, 2, 1, and you have double 1, 2 here, 3, and then wave 4, 5, which you want to be the deepest here, wave 5, 74, 71, okay, for Bitcoin, and then pushing even for 5 to finish up. But that will finish the bear market, yeah, and then we push for higher. That will be the fastest, I would say, bear market, and then starting to push for higher. So the bullish from there, to be bullish, don't forget, we might still be in a potential wave 1 here as a zigzag, and then wave 2 still required, lower, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal, finishing ABC, and then pushing lower. Okay, so this is, but this means even that with this scenario, which is looking for higher, we need on the micro level a zigzag here for wave 2. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm looking for, guys, there. So we'll see. Basically the highest possibility right now. So I'm gonna watch first. Let's break them step by step as usual. So the first target I want to test here is the 1-to-1 to fib level as a zigzag, right? So as a zigzag, I want to check this 1-to-1 fib level at 96K. So if taken, then I would say, okay, it's time to test it. If we break it down, then okay, we push, of course, for the next scenario, which is one of this scenario, which is ABC expanding flat, next target. If broken, again 1.618 broken, then directly I look for the wave 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is of course continuation of the bear market. Okay, so this is the next target as well, the final target. So this is how we're gonna move with this step by step. So first target right now is this. If broken, we move to this. If broken, we move to this one. Yeah, so this is exactly how I'm gonna walk with it for the next step for Bitcoin. Yep, so that was it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.